The Galactic Assembly had ruled the stars for centuries, their dominion stretching across hundreds of systems, each civilization bending to their will. From their spired council halls, representatives of countless advanced species spoke with confidence, certain their rule was absolute. Earth was a speck in the vast cosmos, insignificant, barely worthy of notice. Primitive, unpredictable, and isolated, the blue planet was dismissed as a relic of the past. Reports from scouting drones confirmed it. Earth harbored no advanced technologies, no meaningful military presence, no unified government capable of standing against the Assembly's might. They considered Earth's population a curiosity, an unruly tribal species still struggling to master their own planet. Yet, now, the Assembly had decided the time had come to bring Earth into the fold, offering protection and resources in exchange for submission. The truth was far darker: conquest and control. A delegation issued an ultimatum: submit peacefully or be crushed. The message spread rapidly, broadcast across Earth's networks in dozens of languages and digital formats, carrying the weight of the galaxy's most formidable powers. For most humans, the message was incomprehensible. Few believed an alien empire truly existed. But for governments and militaries, the reality was undeniable. Earth's leaders gathered in emergency sessions, a mix of politicians, military commanders, scientists, and representatives from every continent. Fear shadowed the room, yet beneath it burned a fierce pride. They were humanity's stewards, entrusted with survival, and no one would bow without a fight. The idea of surrender was unthinkable. Earth had survived wars, pandemics, and disasters. To kneel to an alien force was a betrayal of everything humanity stood for. Scientists presented data. The alien technology was indeed far beyond Earth's, but not invincible. Human ingenuity had overcome worse threats in history. Engineers outlined plans to accelerate development of new weapons, defensive systems, and communication networks. Military strategists emphasized asymmetric warfare, hit-and-run tactics exploiting Earth's environment, and electronic warfare. Every discipline contributed to a single goal: resist. Public broadcasts ignited a wave of global unity. Citizens rallied behind the leaders' resolve. Messages of hope and determination flooded social media. The world understood this was a test, one humanity could not afford to fail. In every city, on every street, people prepared to defend their home with whatever means they had. Meanwhile, the Galactic Assembly dismissed humanity's defiance as a childish tantrum. Their council chambers buzzed with derision. "They're no threat," an alien ambassador scoffed. "Primitive creatures with no discipline or technology. Their defiance will be crushed easily." Another delegate called Earth a disease to be eradicated for the greater good. Plans were quickly made to send a fleet, lightly armed, to make an example of Earth's rebellion and demonstrate the Assembly's superiority. The fleet would land, deploy ground forces, and force Earth into submission. The mission was expected to take weeks at most. The Assembly's confidence was absolute. In response, Earth broadcast a message of its own. The world's leaders spoke not with fear, but with fire. The message declared humanity's refusal to submit to any external power, no matter the strength or threat. It was a declaration of independence, of resilience, of unity forged through centuries of hardship. The broadcast shocked the galaxy. Alien listeners, expecting a meek surrender, heard words filled with unyielding spirit and determination. The message spread quickly across Assembly channels, causing confusion and a stir of unease. Humanity was not the weak species they had assumed. On Earth, the message became a rallying cry. Citizens cheered, soldiers trained harder, and scientists worked tirelessly. There was no illusion of an easy victory, only certainty that the fight was worth every sacrifice. The alien fleet was en route. As it traveled through the void, Earth prepared. Hidden bases were activated, communication networks secured, and weapons systems calibrated. The planet's natural defenses, its storms, rugged terrain, and vast oceans, would be allies in the coming battle. Humanity knew the stakes. Surrender meant loss of freedom, identity, and existence as they knew it. Victory was uncertain, but the only alternative was extinction. Every human heart beat with the same resolve: Earth would not fall quietly. The assembly fleet entered the solar system, scanning Earth's atmosphere. Their sensors detected unusual activity: rapid military mobilization, electromagnetic pulses, and encrypted signals. The aliens exchanged uneasy glances. Earth was preparing more than they expected. Their arrogance wavered. The fleet commander ordered caution, urging ground forces to expect resistance. The war they anticipated might be bloodier and more complicated than predicted. Back on Earth, the leaders' voices carried over public networks, reminding humanity of their strength. "We are not just survivors," the president said. "We are warriors of a species that has faced impossible odds before. We will meet this threat not with fear, but with fierce retaliation." Scientists monitored alien ship movements, predicting their attack vectors. Engineers scrambled to deploy new defense technologies: satellite arrays emitting disruptive signals, stealth drones primed to strike, and bioengineered organisms designed to sabotage alien machinery. Military commanders coordinated global defenses, integrating land, sea, air, and space forces. Despite vast technological gaps, humanity's creativity and adaptability became their greatest weapons. As the alien fleet closed in, communications channels buzzed with urgency. A consensus emerged among Earth's defenders. This was not a battle for conquest, but a war for existence and dignity. Every person was ready to fight not just for their planet, but for the legacy of all humankind. The Galactic Assembly's hubris had blinded them. They underestimated the fierce will of a species born from struggle, forged by resilience, and united by an unbreakable spirit. Earth's retaliation would not be passive submission, but a storm unlike anything the galaxy had seen. The moment of reckoning was near. Humanity braced itself, prepared to show the Assembly that Earth was no mere speck to be crushed, but a fierce, determined force that would shock the galaxy and claim its place among the stars. The alien fleet arrived in Earth's orbit, expecting minimal resistance. Their ships gleamed with technological superiority, weapons primed and confident crews ready to enforce the Assembly's will. But what they encountered was far different from their assumptions. Earth's defenses were not only prepared, they were relentless. As the first alien vessels descended into the atmosphere, they encountered invisible barriers: electronic countermeasures jamming sensors and communication, stealth drones slipping past their shields, and swift, unpredictable strikes from Earth's hastily assembled fleet. Earth's forces didn't match the alien technology ship for ship, but they fought smarter, using tactics born from centuries of adaptation. The alien commanders quickly realized their strategies, reliant on overwhelming firepower and rigid formations, were ineffective. The humans fought from the shadows of thick jungles, over rugged mountains, and within the labyrinth of sprawling urban ruins. They used the planet's volatile weather against the invaders, sending enemy vessels crashing into sudden storms and electrical storms that interfered with alien systems. Humans deployed AI-driven drones capable of real-time learning, adapting to alien attack patterns and exploiting weaknesses faster than the invaders could respond. These drones operated in swarms, disrupting enemy communications, disabling targeting systems, and delivering precision strikes on critical components. The humans' guerrilla tactics extended beyond the battlefield. Using cyber warfare, they infiltrated alien networks, corrupting data and spreading confusion. False commands and sensor ghosts led alien ships into traps or forced them to waste valuable resources defending against phantom attack. On land, human forces used camouflage, hit-and-run ambushes, and environmental traps to neutralize superior alien firepower. They had learned from their own history, the wars, revolutions, and countless battles where smaller, less equipped forces won through innovation and relentless determination. Amidst the chaos, Earth scientists revealed their secret weapon: bioengineered organisms designed to sabotage alien technology. These microscopic entities infiltrated alien ship hulls and engines, consuming critical materials and disabling systems from within. The aliens struggled to contain these attacks, their advanced technology vulnerable to the unexpected biological threat. Earth's counteroffensive escalated when human forces struck the alien supply lines in orbit. Using a combination of stealth ships and adapted alien technology, they crippled the fleet's logistics, forcing the assembly to pull back and regroup. This shift stunned the galaxy. A supposedly primitive species had inflicted serious damage on the Empire's pride. Alien commanders' confidence shattered. Internal communications revealed growing dissent. Some officers argued for retreat and negotiation, while others insisted on escalating the assault to crush the defiant planet once and for all. The cracks in their unity deepened as Earth's resistance continued to grow stronger. On Earth, the people stood united. Propaganda broadcasts rallied the population, portraying humanity as the galaxy's underdog fighting for freedom and dignity. These messages served to bolster morale and send a message directly to the aliens: Earth would not yield. Human leaders leveraged this momentum to coordinate a massive, coordinated strike. Combining forces from every branch, land, air, sea, and space, they targeted alien command ships and communication hubs. The operation required precision, timing, and complete trust in their unproven technology. The attack succeeded beyond expectations. Several alien vessels were disabled or destroyed, command structures fractured, and enemy forces thrown into disarray. Earth's retaliation had moved from defense to offense. The assembly's shock was palpable. Reports from the front lines painted a picture of unexpected resilience and tactical brilliance. The alien leadership could no longer dismiss humanity as insignificant. They faced a foe that had not only survived but outmatched them in several engagements. As the battle raged, Earth's scientists worked feverishly to improve their technologies. They reverse-engineered captured alien equipment, integrating it with human designs to create hybrid weapons systems. These new tools further enhanced human capabilities, turning the tide decisively. The psychological impact on the alien forces was profound. Morale plummeted as tales of human tenacity and brutal counterattacks spread. Alien soldiers, trained to expect easy victories, now feared the unpredictable and ruthless humans. Commanders struggled to maintain discipline and order under relentless pressure. Humanity's moral resolve became a weapon itself. Unlike the Assembly's forces, who fought primarily for orders and empire, Earth's defenders fought for their homes, families, and freedom. This passion translated into unyielding determination and a willingness to sacrifice everything. Alien strategists attempted new tactics: massive bombardments, cyber counterattacks, and intimidation campaigns. Yet, every approach was met with innovative human responses. The invaders had underestimated the adaptability and spirit of the species they sought to conquer. Earth's forces launched a final, decisive counterattack aimed at the alien fleet's command nexus in orbit. This operation was a gamble, but the payoff would be enormous if successful. Coordinated strikes from stealth ships, drone swarms, and human pilots targeted the enemy's nerve center. The assault fractured the alien command, disabling critical communication links and forcing a retreat. The fleet's withdrawal marked a turning point. Earth had survived the initial invasion and delivered a stunning blow to the Galactic Assembly's prestige. As the aliens retreated, Earth's leaders broadcast a message of defiant victory. They declared that this was only the beginning of their fight for freedom and that humanity would continue to grow stronger. The message reverberated through the galaxy, inspiring other worlds and shaking the foundations of the Assembly. The Galactic Assembly's arrogance had been shattered by the fierce retaliation of a species they once deemed insignificant. Humanity had proved that strength was not measured solely by technology or numbers, but by courage, creativity, and the will to survive. This was a new chapter for Earth, a planet no longer isolated, but a rising force whose spirit would reshape the galaxy's future. The shock wave of Earth's resistance was felt across star systems, forcing the Assembly to reconsider its strategy and respect the fierce defenders of the blue planet. The Galactic Assembly reeled from the unexpected defeat and retreat of their fleet. Their arrogance shattered, internal factions clashed as fear and uncertainty spread through the highest councils. The once unified front fractured into competing agendas, some urging total war to crush Earth before it grew stronger, others advocating negotiation to avoid further losses and political instability. Political intrigue surged as rival factions sought to exploit the crisis. The militarists pushed for overwhelming force, while moderates warned that underestimating humanity's resilience again would be catastrophic. The Assembly's decision-makers faced a dilemma: how to contain a threat they had dismissed for so long yet now feared could unravel their entire empire. A special envoy was dispatched, a delegation of the Assembly's most skilled diplomats and strategists, bearing offers of peace and cooperation but backed by thinly veiled threats. They sought to force Earth into submission through negotiation, hoping to avoid another costly war. Earth's leaders received the envoy with a mixture of caution and strength. Humanity had emerged victorious but knew this was only the beginning. The planet's defenses were bolstered, and its people prepared for whatever came next. Yet the invitation to parley opened a path to redefine humanity's place in the galaxy. The negotiations were tense and complex. Earth demanded full sovereignty and recognition as an independent member of the galactic community. The humans insisted on terms that respected their freedom and cultural identity: no domination, no subjugation, and a voice in future galactic governance. The Assembly delegates were stunned. Few had imagined a species so recently considered primitive would negotiate from a position of strength and principle. The terms presented challenged the traditional hierarchy of the galaxy, forcing even the most powerful members to reconsider their assumptions. Behind closed doors, debates raged. Some factions saw humanity as a potential ally, an unpredictable but valuable force that could tip balances in the ongoing power struggles within the Assembly. Others feared Earth's rise as a destabilizing factor that could inspire rebellion among other subjugated species. As negotiations continued, Earth began building new alliances with smaller systems and neutral planets. They shared technology, knowledge, and their experience of fierce resistance, earning respect and friendship. These relationships strengthened Earth's position, signaling the emergence of a new power block within the galaxy. Humanity's diplomats leveraged this momentum, emphasizing cooperation, shared values, and mutual defense rather than conquest. Earth offered to contribute its unique perspectives and resources to collective galactic challenges, environmental threats, trade disputes, and security issues, on equal footing with established powers. The Assembly reluctantly accepted Earth's terms, albeit with caution. They formalized Earth's status as a sovereign member state, recognizing its right to self-governance and participation in galactic affairs. This marked a historic shift in the galaxy's political landscape. Earth's ascendance was not just a victory of arms but a triumph of values, resilience, unity, and moral strength. Humanity had not only defended its home but had demanded and won respect through unwavering principles and determination. This new era brought challenges. Earth faced pressure to balance its newfound responsibilities with maintaining its identity and security. Its leaders remained vigilant, aware that old enemies and new threats could emerge. Yet the planet's spirit remained unbroken. In the wake of victory, humanity focused on rebuilding and growth. Scientific exploration accelerated, leveraging both human innovation and alien knowledge gained through conflict and diplomacy. New technologies promised to improve life on Earth and expand its reach beyond the solar system. The people celebrated their survival and newfound status but remained humble. The battles had cost lives and resources, reminding all that freedom was never guaranteed and always demanded vigilance. Galactic citizens watched Earth with a mix of awe and wariness. The planet's fierce retaliation and rise disrupted centuries-old power dynamics, inspiring hope among oppressed worlds and caution among established powers. Humanity's story became a beacon, proof that even the most underestimated species could change the course of history through courage and unity. This message resonated far beyond Earth's borders, sparking movements of resistance and reform. The Galactic Assembly itself began to evolve, influenced by Earth's example. Some members pushed for more inclusive and fair governance, while others clung to old hierarchies. The balance of power shifted slowly but irrevocably. Earth's leaders continued to advocate for peace and cooperation, emphasizing that strength was most potent when paired with justice and respect. They worked tirelessly to ensure their planet's future was secure and prosperous within the galactic community. The blue planet had transformed from a forgotten backwater into a symbol of fierce independence and hope. Humanity's fierce retaliation had reshaped the galaxy's understanding of power and potential. As the stars shone over a changed universe, Earth stood ready, not as a conquered world, but as a proud, sovereign force destined to chart its own course among the stars. The legacy of the conflict became a cornerstone of human identity, reminding all generations that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the will to fight for freedom and dignity could never be extinguished. This was not the end but the beginning. Earth's fierce retaliation had sent a clear message to the galaxy: underestimate humanity at your peril,